Hello, friend. Today I'm going to share Brainwaves 101.
And I'm going to share my second best resource for this podcast. Let's get to it.
My cool sheet is an article that is called Alpha Waves Boost Creativity and Reduced Depression. However, this article implies that it's all about just talking about alpha waves, which is true, but even better, it is a really nice introduction to all brain waves and about them and what they do, which is something of interest to me. And honestly, I keep forgetting which is which, and so this is a really nice resource to go back to remind myself about these different types of brain waves. Brainwaves themselves, what's happening here is that the neurons in our brain are firing in this synchronous electrical pulses, and they occur at these different frequencies. So in other words, they're these cycles. And the slowest one is delta. So the delta brain waves, these are in the deep dreamless sleep that you have. And that means that these electrical pulses are happening in 2 waves per second. You could count that. Boom, boom. Like, wow, just imagining that just blows me away. Okay, theta, this is in deep meditation. This is 5 waves per second. Alpha, so this is the one that is the focus of this article. This is mindfulness, it's lighter meditation states, and this is where creative flow happens. And this is 10 waves per second. Beta, that's more the normal. That's probably what I'm in right now. This is in waking states, it's doing things, it's thinking, it's decision making, but it's also tied in with depression and rut thinking. This is at higher frequencies of 20 waves per second. Gamma is even higher. So this is high states of perception, those light bulb moments. 40 waves per second, but it can even be up to 100 waves per second for the gamma. And so just reminding myself of what those different states are, what ties in with them, and then also what you can do to get yourself into those different states. And it was also really helpful for me to remind myself of what the beta can do, and then also bringing myself into alpha. So again, here's this article, Alpha Waves Boost Creativity and Reduce Depression.
Oh yeah, I have a feeling I'm in beta a lot more than I'd like to admit.
I know, right?
These days especially,
Yeah.
We've kind of offline talked about how I just feel like I'm in this funk. And so now, 2 questions that I have about this. Is there a good way, a consumer way to measure this yet and change it? I know there's theories that I've never seen like definite concrete proof, like, music or this or that or different kind of things that can get you, but it's really hard to measure, it seems like, without a bunch of nodes in your brain.
Right.
So have you heard anything about that? Did they go into that at all?
No.
Or maybe what could happen in the future?
Yeah, they didn't talk about what could go in the future. Absolutely, going into a lab, that's how you know for sure.
Yeah.
So I think it is more of just self-awareness and self-perception.
Sure, which is a big step.
Exactly. And then, yeah, totally, you can switch from the beta to the alpha. They do talk a little bit about that in this article.
Cool.
But it's also meditation and binaural beats, which is a former cool sheet, and things like that that can help you switch. And floating as well, another great form.
It's all things that I haven't been doing in a long time, which would explain why I feel super beta.
Yeah, right. But I think honestly, just the easiest thing is stopping.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Yes.
Like right there.
Yeah.
That can bring you into that present state, calm you down, and bring you closer to that alpha.
Well, thanks for bringing this up again because, super helpful. I need to practice more and more. Even someone that's aware about it and tries, you get in a rut.
Yes.
Like it's called.
Totally.
Like the description said.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're
again
welcome
for sharing that. It is a good one. I'm going to be talking about a newsletter, and this newsletter is called Recommendo, and I talked about this in episode 175. Now, this is my second best resource for cool sheets. I'll tell you what my first one is at the end of this. But Recommendo is a weekly newsletter that gives you 6 brief personal recommendations of cool stuff. It's by Claudia Dawson, who's part of the Cools Tools team, which is almost like Cool Sheets, a producer of Recommendo, and she's the editor of What's in My Bag. All of those are good. Kevin Kelly is a senior maverick at Wire magazine. He co-founded Wire in 1993, served as executive editor for the first 7 years, and then Mark Forfender, I can never say his name, sorry Mark, he's a writer, illustrator in LA. He is the editor-in-chief of Make Magazine. He co-founded Boing Boing and was the editor-in-chief of Wired Online. Now, this is why I love it. It's the variety. There are so many things that I get from this newsletter. So it comes out every Sunday morning, very early. So while I'm still in bed, and I know I shouldn't be checking my mail, but I do because I love this one. And then it gets me down these curious little rabbit holes. There are things that I had no idea about, or maybe things that I remember that I've heard about, but I've forgotten. So then it brings me back. I can always come back and find another gem. So if I'm looking for a cool sheet and I'm stuck, I have 4, I need 5, I always just search all my past newsletters and I can always find one. I don't know why I don't do this all the time, because I should be doing it. Now, my number one resource is Kottke, the Kottke blog, and that was in episode 164, and that was actually my best of 2020, so that's the only reason why I didn't make this year's, because I talked about it in 2020. But I cannot stress how much I love Recommendo. It is very much like this show, so it makes sense that this is why I like it. They're talking about their favorite things. That's what we do. I didn't find out about it until after the podcast, but I'm so glad I did. Definitely check out. If you like this show, check out Recommendo.
This is one of my favorite things about our best of show that we're doing right now,
Yes.
is that you remind me of these awesome things.
I know, I try to keep this one a little bit of a secret.
Yeah, but I still, you revealed it, and I still haven't gone
Still
and
haven't
looked
checked
at
it out. Yeah, it's so good. And I believe their website, I wish kind of that our website did this, all their past ones are in categories. So you're like, oh, I want kitchen stuff. And then brrr, all the ones that are kitchen and this. And they have an ebook even. They have they're really good curating. And of course, they probably have staff or people that do it for them. We haven't reached that level yet. But you would love it because it's so many different cool things. Like I said, it's like what we do, but it's just 3 new people with 3 new perspectives.
Yeah.
So it's it's just different but the same, and it's great. I love it so much.
Yes. Well, thank you for the reminder. I super appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have to check it out.
I will. Okay. I will. I promise. Excellent. Oh, and I wanted to say what the link for people.
Yes, show notes.
Yes, show notes. Go to 10bestest.com/best of 2021.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm Karen McFarland Holman.
And I'm Brian Hart.
Let us know in the comments, when is a time you've recently experienced the alpha state?
And let us know, what's your favorite newsletter?
If you're enjoying the show, please give us a like and share it with a friend.
Stay tuned tomorrow for another great show.
And don't forget to stay curious.